This headline really caught my attention because I was really shocked. Just shocked that Kendrick Perkins, of all people, could come up with something like this, since it would require to be intelligent and to be able to to be a skilled scammer. If we're being honest, Kendrick Perkins has always come across to me as a dumb country bumpkin. In all the interviews I've seen of him and his commentary, he strikes me as slow and dumb. So I'm really surprised he was able to come up with something like this. I tend to believe that someone else was behind this and gave him this idea. Someone who is an expert schemer, who knows how to manipulate financial systems, understands finance very well, got in touch with Kendrick Perkins to form this horrible predatory practice that they're now going to try to do with this business. I want to just read some excerpts from this article and then I'll just comment on it. An NIL company co-founded by former NBA player Kendrick Perkins in February faces scrutiny after an ESPN investigative report found the company used predatory tactics akin to offering high-interest loans. The company NIL offers athletes upfront payments in return for the use of or sale of an athlete's name, image, and likeness for up to 7 years. As part of the arrangement, NIL and its backers foot advances to athletes and in return receive a cut of future NIL earnings from the player. Agreements can vary both in terms of what athletes are offering up front and for how long NIL gets exclusive NIL rights. They're offered as guaranteed money, but NIL and its investors get huge cuts of money, up to 50% earned by their clients. So they can get up to 50% earned by their clients, essentially. That's a lot. And so the next thing is the company NIL offers athletes upfront payments range from $25,000 into the hundreds of thousands, said Perkins and his co-founder, Wall Street veteran Chris Ricciardi. Yes, now it makes sense. In return, NIL gets the exclusive rights to use or sell the athlete's name, image, and likeness for up to 7 years, and the company as investors receive between 10 and 50% of the player's NIL earnings during that time. While other companies sell investors a stake in athletes' future professional salaries, NIL says it is the first and currently only company to offer cash advances on college NIL dollars. Several agents, athletic department employees, and others who work in the college sports industry told ESPN they were unaware of any other company that was paying college athletes in exchange for a cut of their NIL earnings. So this is really interesting. Just the description of this. Essentially, they can get up to 50% of a college athlete's NIL money if the college athlete decides to take any money from them, like an advance or anything. And the deals can range from like $25,000 for an advance up into like the hundreds of thousands of dollars, according to this article. Try to see if I missed anything. I'm just skimming over this right now. Okay, I'm just looking at this. Okay. All right, so yeah, I'm pretty much right about that. So essentially, I can give an example how this works. Let's say there's a college football player or a college basketball player, depends on what you want to say. So we'll just go with college football player really needs money right now. He's desperate. He needs, I don't know, something like $10,000 to help pay for some of his expenses and cover some of his family's expenses. Perkins company NIL can approach him and say, hey, John Smith, we're going to offer you $10,000 and it's free. You don't even have to pay us the money back. All we're asking is for, I don't know, 50% of your NIL earnings in the future for the next, set up to at least the next 7 years. So they can, and after John Smith accepts that deal, so that means he will have to pay 50% of his NIL earnings. Let's say John Smith suddenly takes off during his freshman year, and he becomes this like sensational star that gets all the attention, and he makes, I don't know, through all these new endorsements he starts getting, he makes like $500,000. So now with this deal, Nilly can get 50% of that $500,000, and that's like $250,000 right there. That to me is insane. And it doesn't stop there. That means if John Smith is there for like four full years, he's going to make more and more and more endorsement money that could be in the millions. So just off of giving just something like $10,000, Nilly's going to profit exponentially in that situation. And unfortunately, there will be a lot of kids who will fall for this trick, for this scam, I would say. I think they can get quite a few. So I don't think they're going to me, it really depends. Like they're surefire athletes, coming out of high school that are just going to get NIL money just immediately. They're known. It's just the gates are going to open the moment they walk on that campus. I don't think they're going to be able to get those kids because those kids are already going to be just loaded with the money that's going to be coming their way. But I think they could prey on these unknown kids who could possibly have potential. These guys who are like diamonds in the rough. They can take some gambles on there. And I think that's really what they're trying to do. They're trying to just take random gambles on some unknowns and see if they can get lucky and then just rip off those kids in the future. But to me, just to have the NIL likeness for up to 7 years, so that to me is really long. Like, how can it be 7 years? Because after college is over, after 4 years, at least for most of these athletes, so you get 3 more years after that to milk it, just when they're done with school. Just that's what I wonder. But that shows you this is very predatory. And definitely, I don't think Kendrick could have thought up of some scam like this by himself. It's definitely that Wall Street partner of his that put him up to this. But this is definitely predatory, terrible. And unfortunately, it seems like it's legal. So there's not really anything anybody can do to stop this right now. But you hope that there is awareness out there for these kids. I definitely don't think Kendrick should be able to profit off of this. He's a dumb country bumpkin. He's definitely gotten free money for a very long time. I would say ever since he signed that contract with OKC, right after he became washed when he got traded there, he's been just getting free money. Since OKC, he's been getting free money. And even post-retirement, he's getting free money with that job on ESPN he doesn't deserve. Because to be honest, this man cannot talk. He sounds like he just got off the farm like the other day. Just that's how bad he sounds. So this guy's getting so much free money, he shouldn't get any more. Just that's the way I look at it. And hopefully someone can stop him, or hopefully the NCAA can pass some rule against this type of scam. But you're definitely going to see a bunch of copycats spawn because of this. Granted, if Perkins' business partner didn't come up with it, someone else would have. But it's definitely predatory capitalism in play here. That's really all I have to say.